Let's start today's video off with a look at the construction going on at Lake Deaton Plaza. What's going in here? I've seen a lot of speculation and a lot of guesses, everything from Trader Joe's to who knows what. But what is it really going to be? Well, it's going to be Mavis Tire, which is a tire store that there are other branches of here in the Villages. This is actually one of the last few commercial sites that are available within the Villages boundary north of State Route 44. So at this time, going south of 44, the only places where there's really golf cart accessible commercial property is going to be around the intersection of Megason and Warm Springs, the old Villages golf cart store in Magnolia Plaza, and all the way down by 301 on the south side of Warm Springs Avenue. And that's really about it for now, unless you start talking about Eastport or Middleton. So in this case, I guess it's better that it's a Mavis Tire than another tired mattress store. Going down to Middleton, this is the Hamlin Hotel, and this building has reached its maximum height. They're actually putting up what's called the parapet wall, and one of the primary purposes of this parapet wall is to keep people and objects from falling off the roof onto the people below. As we zoom in, you get a close-up look over that parapet wall. They've got a little more of it to go. Then we're going to rotate around and we're going to look at Publix. Right now, not a lot going on at Publix. They've got the parking lots done. They've got the privacy wall on the backside that shields the loading dock area, but they haven't started construction on the actual building yet. It only went out for bid a few weeks ago, so it may be a month or so more before they actually start building. Okay, it's time for a nonprofit moment. Today's nonprofit is Bands of the Villages. Bands of the Villages is actually the cover organization for 13 different band groups of residents here in the Villages. They host various events. You can see a couple of them here in this presentation, as well as the different bands. So if you're interested at seeing some really good music at a very reasonable price, go to bandsofthevillages.com and take a look at what they have to offer. It's really a great organization and some really great music. Next up, we have the new Walmart opening up at the corner of State Road 44 and Morse Boulevard. It's really bad news if this reflects the gas prices, but of course it doesn't. They just have the sign and test mode, and they're building the bottom foundation for it as they continue to fill the shelves in the store and get ready for their grand opening, which is scheduled to be Wednesday, February 25th, for the gas station. I'll zoom in and we can get a peek through the window at the stocking going on. You can see there's plenty of product on the shelves and people inside working. The white pieces of paper you see hanging there are actually stocking plans that identify exactly which products and where they go on each and every single shelf in the store. This is a big project stocking these shelves. These same plans exist for every single shelf and every single item in the main store itself, as well as the gas station. And once again, no, this Walmart is not going to be golf cart accessible from the Villages, mainly because there's no way to put access to it because of the protected wetlands that surround it on the other side by Chitty Chatty. And even if there was, the return on investment for the millions that it would take to either build a bridge or build a tunnel simply isn't there from the golf cart traffic. This was Walmart's decision because they own the building as well as the property it sits on. Here we get a look at the side of Walmart, where they have an outdoor center, a garden shop, I guess it is, as well as their auto care center where you can get tires and batteries and things like that done. And of course, there's a liquor store, and then there's 3 entrances into the store itself. The official word I've received is that on the morning of March 4th, this store will have its grand opening and open its doors to the public for the first time. I know that many people are excited about this store opening so they don't have to go up to 466 or Leesburg or Lady Lake to go to a Walmart and do some shopping. Of course, many are also upset about the traffic situation. We'll see how that works out. My guess is it's probably going to be similar to what we saw at the opening of Costco. We shall see in just a few more days. Country Village Power Equipment and Golf Carts is the place for all your Yamaha golf car needs. Family owned and operated for over 20 years in the city of Webster, carrying the full line of both gas and electric Yamaha golf cars, Country Village will build one to your specification, including the latest in lithium batteries. Country Village has a large selection of parts for both gas and electric golf cars, and unlike some other dealers, sells directly to the consumer. Service for your new and current golf car is available at your home or in-store. Each new golf car includes an unmatched 6-year warranty. For the best value in golf car ownership, come to Country Village Power Equipment and Golf Cars. On Friday, March 6th, Country Village Power Equipment is having a Customer Appreciation Day. All their products will be available with a special discount. And on Saturday, March 7th, they're having an automotive-style swap meet with anything and everything that you can think of for new and used parts for golf carts, lawnmowers, chainsaws, and other power equipment. So when you're down here next month for the county fair, be sure to come on down and see them. They're just 2 miles south of the fairgrounds on County Road 471. Alright, next up, let's head all the way to the north end of the Villages, where the Paradise Rec Center has been raised and a whole new facility is being built. Construction of the new Paradise Recreation Center is well underway, including the new pool. They haven't dug the hole yet for the pool, but these are the bathrooms and shower facilities for it. As we rotate around, we can see the walls are up and they're putting the decking down for the roof. It was a sad day when they pulled down the old Paradise Rec Center, but after nearly 40 years, it had lived its life and it was ready to be retired. This new facility is larger and much more modern and will serve the residents much better than the old facility did. Even though the old facility did have quite a bit of character, I was there many times and really enjoyed the place. It was definitely showing its age. Something unique to this new rec center is it's going to have a second floor. You can see it right here. This improves the square footage available without increasing the footprint of the facility, making more room for other things on the same property size. I'll continue to bring you updates on the construction of this new facility as things progress. Interestingly, though, from this vantage point, I see no evidence of an elevator to the upstairs portion of the new Paradise Rec Center. I don't know what that means to the availability for people to use, but obviously it's going to have an impact. This is a senior citizens community after all. Once again, I'll continue to watch this and bring you updates as I find them. Let's go all the way down to the bottom part of the Villages now for our next stop. And that's where they're widening County Road 470 from the Turnpike to Central Parkway. There's a lot of work happening down here at the south end as they continue to build this 4-lane section of County Road 470 that will work with Central Parkway to bring County Road 470 from the Florida Turnpike all the way over to US 301. This particular segment we're looking at is all in Lake County. Management of traffic flow during a major construction project like this is a true art, and this one will definitely put them to their paces as they try and work through the restructuring of this off-ramp when the new span over the turnpike is completed and it has to mesh up with the new 4 lanes that's being built here. As we continue to move to the west, we can see that they've already started putting asphalt down on these new lanes as they continue to build. 2 of the major intersections here are also in progress. Where the road changes from black to a gray is where the county line is, just on this side of the power lines. South of County Road 470 is the county line running north to south. As we move to the left, this is all in Sumter County as we approach the new Fire Station 49. And as we look farther north, we can see Central Parkway. This large triangular-shaped section of property, bounded on the left by the power lines, on the bottom by 470, and diagonally by the Turnpike, has big plans. However, nothing yet has been officially released. So we're still looking for that information, and as soon as I find it, I'll share it with you. Be sure to stick around for the whole video, because later in this video, I talk about this road and crossing the Florida Turnpike with another golf cart bridge. So stay tuned for that. What we see here, these black posts, those are the poles for the traffic lights that are going at these 2 intersections. You can also see one of the 2 multimodal tunnels that passes under this road. Making this section of County Road 470 will be a significant achievement in improving traffic flow through this area of Sumter and Lake counties. Let's scoot over a little bit to the west to the village of LaGrange, which is just north of Eastport, and look at the work going on there. This footage was shot about 10 days ago. Here we can see some of the dragon boaters out having a workout. We'll get back to them in just a few minutes. But as we continue flying around Central Lake, we come up to this section of LaGrange. This is where an additional unit of residential properties is going to be located. They're doing the final grading, and they're starting to put in some more of the underground utilities. It's difficult to say for sure with the limited amount of information that's been released, but these appear to be veranda homes coming to this area. Off in the distance at the top of the screen is Corbin Trail. We'll get back to that in just a minute. This is LaGrange North, and you can see a lot of progress has been made here in the last couple of weeks. Lots of homes under construction. Actually, it looks like all the homes are under construction, and many of them have progressed extremely fast. We're going to go back now, and we're going to take a look at the southern portion of the village of LaGrange and the work going on there. Up until just recently, nothing had been going on. They sold the lots, but everything was in design. Well, now things have started to kick up. Again, this was shot 10 days ago, and I've got some fresher footage that was just shot yesterday, and you'll see it in just a minute. So this was February 9th, and you can see there's a couple of houses that are coming out of the ground and a few foundations that have been poured. And up in the top of the screen is some veranda homes. They're just starting on those as well. We'll rotate around. Here's the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. And we're going to rotate around, and we're going to see this one house that looked like it appeared almost magically. It was amazing when I drove by it. It was the only one that was this far done, and it's looking pretty good. So here it was on the 9th. Now let's jump ahead to the next segment and see what it looks like today. Let's face it, we're not as young as we once were. Climbing those old-fashioned attic stairs to get the Christmas decorations down or to stow those family treasures is just too dangerous. Majic Stairs is the safer alternative. Real steps with safety rails at a safer angle and safety rails in the attic provide the safest attic access available. Having troubles getting things to and from the attic? The Majic Attic Lift can be there to help. Designed by Villages resident Ron Berner, every Majic Stairs and Majic Attic Lift is custom built in their Ocala, Florida factory and installed by their technicians. Why take chances? For less than the cost of one emergency room visit, you can have Majic Stairs installed in your home. Majic Stairs, the safer, more convenient alternative. All right, let's go back to the southern section of LaGrange and see how things have changed. But first, we're going to take a look at the Blanchard Recreation Center. Here's Blanchard. Beautiful colors on it. It's getting real close to being opening. The village has just released a video about it. It looks great on the inside. I took a peek through the door just a little bit. You couldn't see much, but it's obvious things are progressing pretty quickly. The pool is full. They've got the pool furniture out. All the outside activities look to be just about complete. The pickleball courts, the tennis courts, they're all done. Honestly, it looks great. I can't wait for it to open. I really want to see this one. I kind of like the theming of hot air balloons for this one. This is the first and 10th hole of the Woodlands Championship Golf Course. It wraps through the southern section of the village of LaGrange. In the section nearest Eastport, not a whole lot's happening yet, but as we rotate around, all of a sudden, there's houses everywhere. Several here. If you look up in the upper left corner, you can see the veranda homes. There's multiple ones there. Let's get a close-up look of those. They're happening so quick. And this was shot 10 days after the previous video. We'll go back now and take a quick look at that house that we saw just a minute ago. And here it is. It's all painted. The pool is looking pretty good. We're going to now go back towards the Blanchard Recreation Center. And as you can see, more houses everywhere are being built in the village of LaGrange. As I promised you, here's some more of the dragon boaters. These folks really get into what they're doing. I've shot footage of the dragon boaters before, and I'm always impressed with their teamwork. These people play hard, they work hard at this, they are serious about this, and they show it. I filmed them in competition before, and these folks in their 60s, 70s, and 80s come out ahead of people 20, 30, 40 years their junior. These are true competitors, and they really are champions at what they do. If you've got an interest in an activity that gives you plenty of good exercise, some camaraderie, and the ability to compete at a high level, You need to go check out the dragon boating teams. They're always looking for people. It's awesome. I love watching them. I can't wait to watch them more on Central Lake. Let's head out to the west side of the villages. On the right is the village of Hammock at Finney. And the work going on up ahead is the bypass for US 301. US 301 is being widened, and it's going to bypass the city of Pullman from basically where Warm Springs and US 301 meet all the way down to the Rick Scott Industrial Park. The residential community of Coleman Ridge is in the upper right-hand corner. They haven't started work on that other than putting in the roads and some of the utilities. And on the left, this gray area is the Marlene O'Toole Industrial Park. It's another industrial park being developed by the developer of the villages in this area. We're going to fly around, take a quick look around it. It's a pretty substantial size area. They built this water tower a couple of years ago. This is part of it also, but they haven't started developing this yet, and this is the area that's closer to the village of Hammock at Finney. I do expect it to be developed eventually, but right now they're not focusing on that. Here's 301 again, and we'll fly around, and we're going to do another spin around. This is the very south end of the village of Hammock at Finney. You can see they have done some clearing here on the left, but as we rotate around, most of it is more off in the distance. This is more of the future of Sumter County coming to fruition in the form of improving our industrial base and not relying so much on the home construction industry, because eventually that will start to slow down.
So we all know when people move into their homes, especially in Florida, we're limited for storage space. So what we do is we come in and help create storage space by maximizing what is currently available in their kitchens and their closets and other rooms. So a few of the things that we really pride ourselves on is communication with the customer, and our attention to detail is second to none. If you're looking to transform your kitchen, closet, or any other space in your home, give us a call or check out our website to book an appointment.
Let us now go down to the village of Long Prairie and take a look at the Mustang Recreation Center. So here's the layout for the Mustang Recreation Center. The orange is the main building. You've got some pickleball courts, some tennis courts, and the other things, and a family pool. First, we're going to look at the Long Prairie Postal Station and Neighborhood Recreation Area. Now, this is very, very close to the Mustang Recreation Center. And you can see it's got a pool, the mailboxes, the shuffleboard courts, etc. There's also a fence surrounding it. I believe this to be for veranda homes, the community that wraps all the way around it. Now, off in the distance, you can see the Mustang Recreation Center. So there's just this one street that wraps around the postal station with homes on both sides. Again, because of the wall on both sides of the community, this appears to be veranda homes. Here's the back side of the postal station and recreation area. Now we're going to fly over just a little bit, and here is the Mustang Recreation Center. Again, we've got the family pool, we've got pickleball courts, we've got tennis courts, we've got a pavilion, lots of things. This is the section of homes in Long Prairie that recently went up for sale. This is the now open Beautyberry course. We'll rotate around a little bit more, and this is the neighborhood recreation area again, and we're back at the Mustang Recreation Center. Now, I did have one individual say, wow, this is for cars, because they're thinking the Mustang cars. No, when you look at the gambrel-style roof, this clearly is supposed to look like a barn, so that tells me it's about the Mustang horses, not the cars. I guess they got that idea because the other recreation center that was recently announced, the Rock and Roll Recreation Center. I'll do another 360 now so you can get a view of the areas of Long Prairie that are around the Mustang Recreation Center. That's Bush Drive. We continue to circle around and we see the Neighborhood Recreation Center once again. And finally, we'll come back to the Mustang Recreation Center. Let's move now just a little bit to the north along Bush Boulevard to where the Beautyberry and Honeysuckle starter shacks are, and we're going to see a cleared area that's the Pullman Recreation Center. Here's an overview of the Pullman Recreation Center. Just like the Mustang, it has the usual things, the main building, the pool for families, the courts, pickleball, tennis, etc. This is looking to the west from the Pullman Recreation Center area, and this bridge goes over into a section of residential properties and ultimately into the golf course maintenance area for the 4 executive courses in this area. At the top of the screen, about 3/4 of a mile away, is the Mustang Recreation Center, and this is the Beautyberry executive course. And we'll rotate around and we'll get a look at the starter shack and the start of the Honeysuckle executive course. The dirt area seen here is where the Pullman Recreation Center is going to be built. They haven't started on it yet, but it probably won't be too much longer. Right now I think they're still focused on the Mustang, and once that gets closer, the crews working the early stages of construction will come up here and start working at Pullman. And it won't be very long, 6, maybe 8 months, before homes will all be in this area, so they'll be needing another recreation center. Let's do a wide circle around now, and you can get another look at this whole area. Again, this is the Beautyberry going to the south, and as we rotate around, we see that this golf course runs through this rather large section of veranda homes. These homes will have golf course views on the north and the south side, and as we rotate around to the north, we see the Honeysuckle course and more residential areas. Over the next several months, we're going to see a lot of this area come on the market as lots for custom builds and ultimately some spec homes, as well as verandas, courtyard villas, and patio villas. And then eventually, they'll move to the other side of Bush Boulevard, where they will start developing those properties and moving it also to the north. Recently, I've been asked quite a few times about a golf cart bridge going over the Turnpike at 470, and I had to really think about it and figure out how many people would really benefit from this. And the only way to do that is to figure out where it's quicker to go north and where it's quicker to go west. So that's what you're watching here. On the bottom, I started out at the Olympia Recreation Center, and I go north across the Bexley Bridge and then south on Megason Drive. And in the upper corner, I went west on Central Parkway, across the Turnpike, and then north on Megason. And the goal here was to find out where the middle point was. Now this is important because you're going to want to take the shortest route. And when we get to the end of this video, I'll show you a map that shows where that crossover point is. In each of the accompanying maps, you see the little blue truck leaving a trail on the path that it's taking during this video footage. There's also a gradical shown on each side of the map that shows the distance I traveled on each of these routes. And at about the 4.9 mile mark in each direction is where the center point is. The center point is important because you have to look at the traffic on both sides of it. So on the north side, it's very obvious that there's plenty of traffic going from north to south and south to north as people want to get to Eastport and Middleton, and also going north to get to Sawgrass Grove and points north. However, on the upper map, there's a very limited number of people that are impacted that would cross from east to west, and there's very little reason for people to cross from west to east as there's no commercial development and very little need to take a golf cart in that direction. Yes, I know, there is a difference between the distance a car is going to travel and a golf cart is going to travel. But for the purposes of this demonstration, it's a close enough distance that it might make a 1/10 of a mile difference in the position of the center point. Not significant in the grand scheme of this discussion. And also, yes, I know that at one point I did think that there was going to be golf cart lanes going across the 470 bridge. I was wrong. And looking at it in the same light as Walmart and no golf cart accessibility there, the return on the investment for such a large investment is very small and not warranted. Yes, you might have to go out of your way 2 miles on a golf cart, but in the grand scheme of things, if you live in the enclave, it's only about a 5 or 10 minute difference in the drive getting to Eastport. One of the big hurdles with golf cart lanes on the 470 bridge would be crossing the turnpike ramps on the west side of the turnpike. It would be an extremely difficult thing to do because you'd have to dig tunnels to go underneath those ramps. There would be a whole lot of extra work to do that. Would it generate significant economic value to expend that much funds on a bridge? I don't think so. So is it needed? I don't think so. Is it wanted? Well, if you ask the people in Lake Deaton and Dabney, absolutely it's wanted. But I just don't think it'll ever happen. So we're approaching the center point now, and this has been an interesting exercise for me. Here's the map that shows where the crossover point is. And you can see things to the right, that's all the people that would really benefit from this bridge. So that's my take on it. Alright, so we are at our last segment, and we're going to take a quick flyover of the Beautyberry, Honeysuckle, Timberland, and Lakes executive courses in the Long Prairie area. So this segment was shot on Thursday afternoon, opening day for Beautyberry and Honeysuckle executive golf courses. And I got to see that there was quite a few people on the course. Of course, it's a brand new course, and everybody wants to play it. Here's a couple of folks here trying their luck at some putting, and not so good at times. And not too different than the way I putt. Let's continue on now. We're going to go down by the Mustang Recreation Center, and then turn along Marsh Bend Trail and go around some of these holes on Beautyberry. I want to thank you for watching my video today, and I hope you've enjoyed it. As always, I'd ask that if you have a need, please support my sponsors, as they support me in helping to bring you this information. As I've flown these courses several times now, I'm really looking forward to playing them. Of course, I got to stock up on golf balls, because with all this water, I might as well just throw them in the water to start with and not waste my time swinging the club. So we'll jump over these verandas again, and we'll fly the northern portion of the Honeysuckle course. Once again, lots of water in play here. I'm going to continue on, and I'm going to go across Bush Boulevard, and we're going to take a look at the Timberlands executive course that's under construction, and then the Lakes executive course that's under construction. Lots of residential areas being prepped here. You can see the roads are in place, and they're doing some utility work. Turning southward now, we're going over Timberland. And now we're approaching the Lakes executive course. Looking at these courses, I can't help but wonder if Kenny Azell really enjoys doing this, or if he just enjoys torturing us marginal golfers with these golf courses. As always, I'd like to leave you with these final thoughts. Life is short and power is fleeting. Physical beauty only lasts a short while. And all of us who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. For one day, we too will exit this life, and so let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions, we have left this world a much better place. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day.
Bye.